All right. So I'm Kylie, and I am the owner of Counseling with Kylie. And we are an explicitly affirming practice, which means that we validate and embrace and understand a lot of the problems facing the queer community. Um, so, all kinds of queerness is invited and allowed and embraced at Counseling with Kylie. But we also really specialize in working with trans, non binary, or gender diverse teens or like adolescents or youths. Um, because there's a lot of them and there's a need, and it's not a specialty that all therapists have. There are a lot of therapists who are just not educated or informed of how to be an affirming provider. And many people mean well, but they just don't know a lot of like the lingo or social stuff that is in the community. So it can be therapy with me, or our team also now includes Mark. Their pronouns are all pronouns. My pronouns are she, her. Um, and it's just a place to be able to explore, discuss, vent, like have the emotional process that comes with identifying or figuring out that you're queer, um, or just the stuff that comes with it. Like there's people who I see all the time that they're just like, oh, my teacher misgendered me, my uncle, all these things, and it sucks. And one, you can just vent that it sucks because that's true, and two, we could come up with ways to maybe help others do it more. If it's at school, you can take it to administration and they can like do trainings or say, hey, you need to use the correct pronouns for this person. And with families, sometimes if you get an adult to say it to the family member who might not be using the correct pronouns with you, it can have more impact than a teenager saying it. It sucks, but it does tend to work better because sometimes people are like, oh, teenagers, and teenagers are people. um, but a lot of people discount them. So these are things that we can do to help with the like emotional and logistical stuff. And on the logistics side, we also provide affirming therapist letters for when a person would like to get affirming medical care. So, especially for people who are trans or non binary or gender diverse in whatever way, they might like to get hormone replacement therapies, or they might like to get surgeries, often referred to as top surgery or bottom surgery and facial feminization. So most doctors still require a letter from a therapist saying, yep, this person's trans. Why would you want the surgery or treatment if you weren't trans? It makes no sense to me. But it's the system we live in, and we can help you navigate the system that you live in. And we also have a lot of local resources that we can point you in the direction of support groups and doctors and medical groups that are affirming, because you deserve to live a life that is authentic and right for you. And sometimes that does involve navigating how to be queer in the world you live in and how to maybe have affirming medical services to have the body that it matches up with your gender. So we specialize in all queer people, but also trans and gender diverse youth.